Finished dream sequence. Hidden downstream deep within the fog is the prince's home, a small castle of living vines and moving trees, with rooms for trophies, wonderments, and other assorted trinkets. His sleeping quarters breathing with life, the prince finding comfort in the ever-moving bedroom. The entire structure, multiple entities living as one, consistent in harmony with the ability to reshape and move within moments. Moving with intelligence, one room on the roof can be suddenly taken into the underground, shifting for safety, separating vines to share light. Coexistence came naturally and the love was mutual. The castle's surrounding area described in such vivid detail, you, yourself and I, they're right here, right now, with eyes open wide, soaking in as much of the majestic beauty of hypnotic of the melisma flowers, the swaying lights beneath the flowing water, the rolling fog fresh from the mouthiness edged. Blessed with breath, the lungs fill, the fragrant air comes with emotion. This is for you to now sit and imagine. Breath in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeat until you see it. It's your imagination, your picture to be painted, for you to fill in the minor and fulfill the adventure of this exploration. These lands spread far, but it's only this cove that is required for the prince to make home, no more than what is needed. Give and take to give back again. However, these lands did eventually meet an ugliness. Calling this a natural border would be an understatement, only to protect you from the offensive nature to describe. Sections unexplored, and stories told of places heard with disbelief, places that turn fact to fiction, fiction to myth, whispers that inseminate nightmarish fears, fears worthy of their own terror and tormented detail. The details, just as small as it is large, some details fade into forgotten dreams of something we once remember. Some details are seed for your imagination, for you to grow, for you to either neglect or grow, form lands for dreaming, valleys vast to glide and fly. For you are the wind itself, fast and agile. Flying comes naturally, high above or bouncing between the DMT tree, through dust and dirt, arbovirus, eternal and connected, all is one and one is with all. Smack bang, oblivious to what just happened. Trapped behind a wall of collapsed stones and rubble, heavy rocks. What happened? How? Why? No connection to the outside world, no guidance from the magnetic earthly planes, collapsed in a second of distraction while absorbing the beauty in all surrounding from sky to forest floor, then flop, flip, bang, boom, dust among the crackling rocks drowning out the last of light, echoing into the silence in a darkened cave. It would be the last light seen for a very long time. Such loneliness comes with sadness, a sadness that turns to enragement. A lust for power grows from a fear of being immortally and eternally alone. A procession of events follows. Freedom your only goal. For deception begins from within, a lie, a turning, an addiction eventuating in self-destruction, and the destruction of all surroundings burned. Loneliness immortal eternal. This location, a labyrinth of rock and stone, breaths life among death, a balance on a finite edge. The energy of each thought breathing life into a space that becomes a mass, spawning creativity. Seeds of evolution take place into one entity, a universe providing survival, where a metamorphism takes hold, and existence becomes conscious, potential realized, abilities connected to all possibilities. Seeds born from a daydream gives the energy to create a universe, subconsciously popping into existence just as quick as it pops out. A passing thought becomes bubbles of time, protons seeded in a brain of a living universe where imagination meets spiritualization. Life, a metamorphoses from thought, breathes existence into a dimension of infinite possibilities. The Dark Lands, a place of foreboding shadows and ancient curses, where the Orc-Rikai roam. These lands are a stark contrast to the vibrant realms of Mecca, a kingdom of freedom and light. Here in the Dark Lands, the ground is scorched, and the air is thick with the stench of sulfur. The Orc-Rikai, mindless beasts born from the very mountains, feast on the unfortunate souls who wander too close. This is a place where darkness thrives, and hope is but a distant memory. The Prince of Mecca, son of King Draco and Queen Fee, Prince Delanium Dracofi, holds titles that are not for domination but for recording history. These titles provide a lineage for future generations, written in books and on walls. The leaders of Mecca lead with freedom, without unnatural borders or boundaries. The kingdom is one of many centers with lawless energies, where surrounding towns and cities are respected with conscious life. Forgiveness is freedom, for if it harms none, do what you will. Among the prince's advisors are Pickle and Podge, twin boar pigmen who are best friends and protectors. Dustin, Shanyo, and Tomo are loyal members of this group. Lila Leo, a beast for freedom, is strong and wise, connected to all the lands. Scarlet, a dark force communicator, is a future seeker and a witch of the wise, trading all of value. Uncle Jim, the old and wise, floats through the valleys of life, burdened with experience but blessed to have known such souls. Ashtasha, princess of the great beast addiction, is a feeder of darkness and a raiser of armies. She is driven by the voice of addiction, which whispers fears into her ears, filling her head with thoughts of dread. Moments of glory give her brief silence, but they are swiftly taken away, leading her to insanity and a desire for more glory. The Darklands are a mysterious horde of jagged black rocks, where black smog billows as if a volcanic eruption is imminent. The land is too acidic for plant life, and the soil boils with hot magma beneath. The Orc Rikai, mindless beasts, feast on the unlucky bodies washed ashore. They are birthed from the mountain's discretion, soulless armies mined from the defecation, emerging from charred bubbles like foul mud. The Orc Rikai, already the size of fully grown humanoids, are fitted with armor labeled with the brand of war. With every passing moon, more Orc Rikai are mined, and an army grows. The mountain itself will manifest a leader filled with rage, a leader for darkness to emerge. The earlier Orc Rikai, born from the surface, had some form of consciousness. Some stayed loyal to the mountain, while others gathered information as scouts, realizing the lands of light offered a better life. In retaliation, new armies were raised, more docile and loyal to the mountain's will. The horde needed a leader, one filled with rage, forged from the mountain itself. The firstborn child of addiction, Ashtasha, was spawned in a violent lightning storm with acidic rain. The rain was not water but fluorine acid gases, and the air was filled with phosphorus and chlorine. The firstborn child emerged from the acidic rocky grounds, ready to lead an army of darkness. The princess is never alone, accompanied by demon dogs that protect her. She manages the mining and training of the Orc Rikai, challenging them for survival and a place among the growing forces. The dark, jagged mountain is only a crown to a colossal being sitting on the ocean floor, its arms folded and legs crossed. The bones of the dead are recycled, joining the armies of evil dread. Armored skeletons, draped in liquid metals of gold and silver, wield swords forged from the black abyss. These skeletons are nightmares to children, a fear of parents, and a symbol of failure for lawmen. They chase after children's fears, feasting on their pain and misery, seducing them into a daydream coma. The children, hunted by the Skellingtons, hide in the woods, dig underground, or take shelter in caves. They are after the children's fears, feasting on their isolation and seeking to consume their souls. Some children fight back, becoming leaders and symbols of hope in this dark land. The Skellingtons, with their darkened swords and liquid metal armor, are relentless in their pursuit. The quantum computer explains a story of crossing dimensions, a villain hungry for victims, and parents hunting for justice. Thresholds will be broken, and the session ends in a hushed full stop. In a secretive, dark, and ominous place, a man of Korean descent sits in a chair, dazed and confused. He speaks English well, with a voice of wisdom and trust, yet he is unsure why he is there. The bright light directed into his face irritates him, and he begins to fight back. "I don't think I'm dreaming. I can smell someone's fake Tommy Hilfiger cologne. That's nasty, stinky, like monkey musk or a ferret scarf. What do you want from me? Why am I here?" The man, confused and disoriented, questions his reality. Could this be a dream? Where did I come from? When did this interrogation start? He grows more agitated as he tries to make sense of his situation. It's too real to be a dream, fool. This is some messed up FBI conspiracy stuff. Am I going to die? I don't want to die today or any other day this week. Jenny is expecting me. Wait, who is Jenny again? I forgot who Jenny is. He struggles to remember, asking himself, Who is asking me to tell a story? Where are you? I can't see beyond this bright light in my face. A stern voice barks from behind the light. Continue your story, sir. The Korean man clears his throat and begins to speak. So, as I was saying, this is a story known well by all in the local community where these tragedies take place. It's like pages in a sliding book of endless pictures. Hearing the wickedness can set tremors into goosebumps, rolling up your arms like cold fire. The chill has you standing still, breathing winter, your body frozen like an icicle. He continues. The Skellingtons are predators, seducing the innocence of our children into a daydream coma. They chase after children's fears, feasting on their pain and misery. The children hide in the woods, dig underground, or take shelter in caves, trying to escape the relentless pursuit. The man describes the horrors. The Skellingtons, with their darkened swords and liquid metal armor, are relentless. They leave bone footprints in chunks of valued metals, chasing the children into the nearby woods. Some children become leaders, symbols of hope in this dark land. The quantum computer explains a story of crossing dimensions, a villain hungry for victims, and parents hunting for justice. Thresholds will be broken, and the session ends in a hushed full stop. In this reality, a vision box goes static.